Hey everybody, I'm Binkle Monkey and Knuckles, and did you know that adding and Knuckles to the end of anything makes it better? Like homework and Knuckles,
Better read it carefully.
peanut butter and jelly and Knuckles,
I'll make him eat me.
funerals and Knuckles,
What? A ghost?
and of course, Sonic and Knuckles.
Okay.
My childhood entirely lacked Sonic CD and Sonic 3, but I still remember the wide-eyed wonder I felt seeing the Sega Genesis kiosk at a Best Buy while on a family vacation playing Sonic and Knuckles. Of course, the line was like 10 kids deep, and my parents yanked me the hell out of there crying and screaming once they bought their new fridge or whatever we were there for, and I never got to play it, but it left an impact. I eventually got a copy of the game and was entirely unprepared for the cartridge. I mean, look at this chonky boy and his jointed lid on it. So what's this about? In the Sonic 3 video, I mentioned that the Sega Technical Institute's grand plan for the third Sonic game was so ambitious, it had to be split in two. But instead of creating two standalone games whose plots overlap, Sega created a way to make it one cohesive experience. Using Lock-On technology, you're able to attach Sonic 3 to the top of Sonic and Knuckles to create the full game of Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Me, Knuckles.
But we're not ready to talk about that just yet. Sega sold Sonic & Knuckles as its own standalone game, so let's treat it as such. So when you boot this bad boy up by itself, you see we're starting right where Sonic 3 left off. The Death Egg has fallen back to Angel Island after Sonic bopped Dr. Robotnik so hard it broke a spaceship. And now the story continues, as you select either Sonic or Knuckles. That's right, this isn't Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. The Foxcopter is not invited to this one. Sonic's story picks up with Sonic falling into Mushroom Hill Zone and having to return to the Death Egg and stop Dr. Robotnik. But Knuckles still believes Sonic is after his Lucky Charms / Chaos Emeralds, and causes even slighter mild inconveniences in the last game, including a fight with Knuckles most of the way through the playthrough.
I have to try harder.
But the journey up to Dr. Robotnik once more has a wonderfully eclectic batch of zones for you to explore. Mushroom Hill Zone seems like it's just your standard first forest zone, but as the mushrooms bounce you further along, the seasons seemingly change. And you get blown by a chicken! Literally! Something worth noting is how well the zones flow into each other. You reach the end of Mushroom Hill, and Robotnik's ship flies by. You grab on, and lo and behold, you're in Flying Battery Zone now. Which, after exploring the ship for a while, will leave you questioning how the hell is this thing flying anyway?
Stop blowing holes in my ship!
You hop out of Flying Battery Zone and bury yourself in the sand in Sandopolis. There we go. So, Sandopolis Zone. The theming is good. The desert ruins leading up to the pyramid is a nice tie-in. Screw the robot scorpions, though. That stinger's reach is way too long. But the design here is so... not Sonic. I hate the rappelling sections to the point I usually just jump off the ledge instead to save time. And that slow-moving sand you have to ride through just breaks up the pacing. Not to mention our old friend from Sonic 1, the pushing block, is back for equally unexciting reasons. And the pyramid. I'll come back to the pyramid in a bit. You exit the pyramid into Lava Reef Zone, which might be the coolest two acts thematically in the entire Genesis library. It starts as a fiery cavern level, but as you transition into Act 2, the red-hot heat has caused the minerals to crystallize into a bluish-green hue. Or at least that's how I interpret it. It's just very aesthetically pleasing to me. This crystal area is your passage into Hidden Palace Zone, which isn't as much a level as a set piece for surprisingly plot-filled cutscenes, compared to other Sonic games so far at least. Spoiler warning from here on, I guess? So you reach this room with a mural, nice foreshadowing game, and fight Knuckles.
No one makes a fool out of me.
Ah, shoot.
But before Sonic can land the killing blow,
What the?
that was the plan, right? Kill Knuckles?
It's over.
Robotnik busts in and steals the Master Emerald to use its levitating power to make the Death Egg fly once more, and in doing so, let Angel Island fall from the sky. So Knuckles is like,
Oh, hell no!
and tries to stop Robotnik. But Robotnik tases him, bro, and flies off with the Master Emerald. After falling 30 feet onto his head, Knuckles finally trusts Sonic enough to work together, showing him the path to Sky Sanctuary Zone. Sonic races through the sky ruins and faces off with an old nemesis, Mecha Sonic. The impact of the fight causes the ruins to crumble, and Sonic sprints to the highest point to jump onto the Death Egg at the last second. Death Egg Zone feels a lot like Metallic Madness Zone from Sonic CD, but with gravity flipping mechanics. It throws a lot of new challenges at you, and it gets pretty stressful if you get off your groove. Like when I got stuck at the same spot for what felt like a million lives. But if you power your way through, you get to the main event. Robotnik has used the Master Emerald to make an even bigger version of the Eggman robot from Sonic 2, and it's real handsy, and snorts fire, and breathes lasers! Sonic defeats the big fella, and the Death Egg starts to fall apart. Again. And this is where the game ends if you didn't get all the Chaos Emeralds playing Blue Sphere, like in Sonic 3. Tails saves Sonic on the tornado as Angel Island lands in the sea. Robotnik gets away with the Master Emerald, and you done goofed. But if you did get all the Chaos Emeralds, you get an extra special stage, a Super Sonic, Doomsday Zone. You chase Robotnik into space, avoiding meteors and missiles while trying to keep your ring count up, because if it goes to 0, you turn back to regular Sonic and die in the harsh cold void that is space. But if you defeat Robotnik, you snag the Master Emerald and return it to its rightful place on Angel Island. Knuckles watches on like the nodding guy meme, and you've saved the world. Good job! I really enjoy Sonic's track through this game, but to be honest, despite owning this game for most of my life, this was the first time I've ever beat it with Sonic. And it wasn't for a lack of trying. I chalk it up to one specific level, the least Sonic-y level of the game. Sandopolis Act 2. That pyramid.
This place sure feels haunted.
So here's the thing. In my humble opinion, I think puzzle solving has no place in Sonic games, no matter how basic. And the pyramid is just a series of very simple puzzles that get in the way of doing Sonic stuff. Shortly after entering the Dark Pyramid, you release a bunch of spoopy ghosts. If you stay in the dark too long, the ghosts will attack you. But you can vanquish them at any time by pulling these handles that turn the lights back on. This could have been a really cool mechanic where you have to sprint through corridors to avoid getting the soul ripped out of your anthropomorphic hedgehog body.
Hey, get off me!
Instead, you're stopped at every turn with a push the lever and find the door style puzzle, or you release a stopper that fills the room with sand so you can get to a higher landing. All of this is so slow, and I just hate it. These challenges might be somewhat speed-based, like getting to the newly opened path after pushing the lever is in fact a speed thing. It's just not the same kind of speed thing that you think of with Sonic. And then there's the reason I never beat this as a kid. This room right here. This is a wall only Knuckles can bust through. And Baby Bink could find absolutely no other way out of here. By design, you just think you're supposed to go right. Well, I can't go right now. Did I do something wrong? Did I break the game? Am I somewhere I'm not supposed to be? No, there's just a lot less visually grabbing path above this room. But I never found it until now. You've made a fool of me, Sandopolis Act 2, and you will always be my least favorite Sonic level of all time. But knowing where that breakable wall was, I was able to beat this game as Knuckles.
Here we go!
Knuckles' adventure is much the same as Sonic's, except after Lava Reef Zone, you go straight to the final boss, cutting out a few zones. You see, his story actually takes place after Sonic's story chronologically, not at the same time, which is a confusing choice to me, but whatever. Playing as Knuckles while he's causing Sonic trouble? That sounds fun. Playing as him weeks after Sonic saved the Chaos Emeralds? That's fine too, I guess. Anyway, Knuckles is chilling in Mushroom Hill Zone when an egg robo drops a bomb on him.
Oh no!
Knuckles is all,
Oh, hell no!
and chases off after it. After Mushroom Hill, he hops on the flying battery, drops into Sandopolis, but this time, the ghosts have already been released in the pyramid. See? Timeline continuity. Then onto Lava Reef, and into what's left of Sky Sanctuary after Sonic and Mecha Sonic wrecked the place. This is where the Egg Robo wins the best prize in the Claw Machine, only to have a surprise Mecha Sonic steal it from him. Now Knuckles has to fight Mecha Sonic, but in a surprising turn of events, Mecha Sonic can use the power of the Master Emerald to turn into Super Mecha Sonic. And this boy can shoot lasers!
Stop fooling around and give me back my emeralds!
Defeat the Super Saiyan Automaton, and you've completed Knuckles' story. If you've collected all the Chaos Emeralds, you've saved Angel Island from falling into the ocean. Again. And if you didn't, well, there's a lot of new beachside property up for grabs.
I've got to find a resort hotel.
Knuckles' story doesn't sound like that exciting of a companion piece to Sonic's on face value. Fortunately, Knuckles' abilities give the gameplay a very different feel. Knuckles has the ability to glide through the air, which is enhanced even more by being able to latch onto walls and climb them, giving him lots of altitude to play with. He can also smash through those special walls I mentioned earlier to open new paths that only Knuckles can reach. He gets all this at the cost of a little jump height, which can be frustrating when you can tell some stuff was clearly built with Sonic's jump height in mind. After collecting all the Chaos Emeralds, he becomes Super Knuckles, who has the usual invincibility of being super, but can also glide and climb a lot faster as well. And that invincibility in particular is appreciated. Despite being a standalone game, it was also imagined to be the back end of Sonic 3, so the difficulty from the start is pumped up compared to most Sonic games. Fortunately, the game is front-loaded with giant rings for you to get the Chaos Emeralds from. You can go super before leaving Mushroom Hill Zone if you know where to look and have mastered the art of Blue Sphere. The endgame of this one is really, really fun when playing as Super Sonic or Super Knuckles, especially Lava Reef Act 1. If you're not worrying about getting burnt by the fire, this level is so fun to blast through. But, as always, Super Sonic makes you ditch the level music, and I love the music in this game. Sandopolis and Lava Reef Zone are super solid tracks, but if you're looking for the best level music in this game, it's gotta be Flying Battery Zone. If you haven't noticed, I really like the songs that accentuate that feeling of speed that comes with Sonic games, and Flying Battery is definitely no exception to that rule. But on the overall list, it just can't top Stardust Speedway Bad Future for me. It takes the number 2 spot. But that's pretty much all there is to Sonic and Knuckles. There's some new bonus stages at checkpoints that are a nice way to get some rings and continues. The bosses and sub-bosses exist. And many continue the tradition of destroying themselves. But otherwise, it's Sonic 3 with new levels and a more satisfying ending. And no water. None. Sonic 3 stole all the water levels. There's no 2-player mode either. But I can't say that I miss it. The other 2-player modes felt tacked on, so maybe, actually, it's to his advantage to not bring another half-hearted 2-player racing game into this world. But does it win the top spot on the ranking list? I feel like we're getting into highly controversial territory here. In my opinion, Sonic & Knuckles is a better all-in-one package than Sonic 3. Yeah, it's a little harder, but the story it tells ends in a much more satisfying way. The levels are so diverse and exciting to play through, except for that damn pyramid, and you get to play as Knuckles! Hot take here, but Knuckles is and has always been cooler than Tails. I would play as Knuckles over Tails any day.
Yeah, I feel good.
But
Oh no.
I don't think it's quite as good as Sonic 2. Maybe I'm just a stan for Sonic 2, but that game hits all the right buttons for me. If I had to go back and play any of these Genesis Sonic games right now, I would undoubtedly pick Sonic 2. Sonic & Knuckles takes the number 2 spot.
What the? Talking to you is a waste of time, you idiot.
And now, before the entirety of the internet explodes at me, it's time to lock these two together, and let's talk Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Now it's time to get serious.
This was actually my first time playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles. I played them both separately countless times, just never as one game. I just didn't see the point. What makes them better together? Well, a lot of things. First, the save feature from Sonic 3 is back, and very welcome as you're settling in for a 12 to 14 zone 2D platforming marathon, and that takes some time. Not to mention, there are 4 different ways to play it: Sonic Story, Tails Story, Knuckles Story, and Sonic and Tails Story, which is actually the same as Sonic Story, so I didn't play it. 3 times through was plenty, I assure you. So now you can play as Knuckles in Sonic 3, and Tails in Sonic and Knuckles. Each character's abilities let them check out parts of the level that were inaccessible until this point, giving the replayability a game like this needs. Remember these walls that look breakable? Well, Knuckles can dig right through them into parts of the level meant only for him, which is cool, but I kinda wish the Angel Island one wasn't just a challenge course. Given Knuckles' playthrough is supposed to be kind of the hard mode and Tails is the easy mode, it makes sense, but this spike-filled corridor was not what I was expecting. But finding all the hidden swag up at the top of Hidden Palace Zone with Tails was real nice. And if you lock Sonic 2 onto Sonic and Knuckles, you can play through Sonic 2 as Knuckles, which I did a lot as a kid. It's a really good time, especially when you hunt for the new Knuckles-specific secrets. You can also lock Sonic 1 onto Sonic and Knuckles, and not play that with Knuckles. it was decided that Sonic 1 wasn't suited for Knuckles' moveset, so instead, you can play new Blue Sphere maps. Almost 135,000 new Blue Sphere maps, if you're into that kind of thing. Okay, back to the Sonic 3 part of the game. It's mostly the same as the original playthrough, with Knuckles' exclusive areas added, of course, until Launch Base Zone, where Sonic and Tails don't fight Big Arms before falling into Mushroom Hill. Knuckles has some new harder bosses like the one in Marble Garden, and he doesn't fight the Ball Shooter boss, but does fight Big Arms, just piloted by the Egg Robo. All of the fights where Robotnik normally is have been replaced with Egg Robos for Knuckles. Except for Flying Battery Zone. Even in Sonic and Knuckles it's this way, and it's always bugged the heck out of me. Why are you here, Robotnik?
I'm just here so I won't get fined.
Also, the boss and mini-boss music is now the Sonic and Knuckles version through the entire game. The Sonic and Knuckles part is where it gets real fun, though. In Sonic and Tails' story, once you've arrived in Mushroom Hill Zone, you notice Knuckles, looking like he's trying to hide his drugs or a dead body or something before he dashes away. If you go check his hidey hole, you find a giant, crazy glowing ring. Yes, even crazier than the regular giant glowing rings. And it takes you to where the Master Emerald is kept, along with 7 other Super Emeralds that have lost their shine. Step on one and you'll do a Blue Sphere stage to restore its power. Complete all 7, and you go beyond Supersonic. All the way to Hypersonic. You're even faster. You gain a double jump in the form of this lightning attack that we're not going to show very much because it definitely causes seizures. Knuckles can power up the emeralds too and become Hyper Knuckles. On top of the added speed, he has a gliding shockwave attack that causes an earthquake when he smacks into a wall at high speeds. And the best for last, they finally let Tails have something. He may only be Super Tails because Sega still hates him, but he can still run faster, jump further, and fly faster too. But he also gets these 4 Super Flickies, which are these little birds that go around murdering things for Tails. Smart man, that Tails. Leaves no fingerprints. Let your henchmen do all the dirty work. I like your mob boss mentality. And I don't know what else to say about Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's a great time. I was so pleasantly surprised how all 14 zones of 2D platforming goodness kept me invested in the game. The through line of events is the most well thought out in the series to this point, and it provides the most incentive to collect all those Chaos Emeralds yet. But over everything else, it just feels really good to play. The feeling of flow this game provides is second to none in the Sonic series so far. And for me, that flow is what elevates a good Sonic game to a great Sonic game.
Yeah, this is perfect.
So as far as the ranking list goes, it takes the top spot. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the grand slam of the Genesis era of Sonic, and I am so glad to have finally played through it during Sonic's 30th anniversary. Happy anniversary, Sonic. It's been fun playing through your original 2D adventures. But now it's time to let you rest up. That's right, we're heading back into Mario territory once more. So tune in next time when we're talking about Super Mario World. Yippee! Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what you've been seeing here, please be sure to subscribe, like, comment, ring the bell, scream from the rooftops, whatever YouTube things you feel like doing. And also, check out our Patreon. We love and appreciate any and all support you're giving us. Have a good one. Alright, the trap is finally set. All there is to do now is wait for him to arrive in Sonic 3D Blast.
Boss?
What is it now?
He switched back to Mario games?
What? No! I spent so much time on this nefarious scheme. I really like it. It's super cute.
What should we do now?
Follow him. I will lie in wait here, yearning for that moment when I defeat he who took everything from me.
You got it! Have fun in pseudo 3D isometric hell!
Shit.